Hello, beautiful Pisces. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. That's me. My name's Annie. So happy to have all the Pisces out there with me today. So this is going to be sort of what I'm calling your May monthly tarot. Don't freak out. I know we're, a couple of days into May already. I have to honor the energies, and quite frankly, my energy has been weird the last couple of days. I'm sure because of the Scorpio full moon. Everybody's affected by that, but I have so much water in my chart. I'm telling you, Pisces, because I think you'll appreciate. This morning, I was a hot mess. I woke up, I was, tears, crying. I lived like this, all just woe is me. And now I'm like, I'm fine. Like, life is good. Like, I don't know, like, no big deal. Like, emotional ups and downs. That's been me lately. So, anyway, I am in good spirits now. I'm ready to do the Pisces reading. I feel good. I feel like there's going to be good messages for Pisces. So anyway, welcome, guys. I'm going to stop rambling about my life and tell you about these tarot cards, things you need to hear. This Eight of Cups has been coming off a lot. I have to say, I think the messages have been insanely deep this time around, at least in what I've been experiencing in my own readings. So they're very like enlightened, like spiritual awakening type vibes. And just given everything that's going on right now globally, right? It makes sense. It's like everybody's sort of taking stock and reevaluating their life and what's important and who's important and what they've always wanted to do or what they've, always strayed away from or this and that. People are doing like major upheaval in their own life, and it's beautiful, but the energy sort of leading up to all these like awakenings, it's kind of draining. And I'm sure Pisces, anyone who has strong Pisces in their chart, you guys are feeling it, right? I have a little bit of Pisces too, but I'm predominantly Cancer, Scorpio, and Gemini is sort of like my main energies. But yeah, I have some Pisces in me too. But anyway, I ramble. Everything else about this video will be down in the description box below that you want to know, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media. Like, share, subscribe wherever you can. And most important, if these messages feel strange or foreign, drop it like it's hot, right? Don't take on any energy that doesn't feel like it resonates with your story, your circumstance, or scenario. It won't be your story every time, and please don't be offended if it is not. But very likely, pieces and parts of this reading will resonate. The beginning, we're going to do career and finances. The end will be love and romance and relationships, okay? 2 more cards for my Pisces, and we'll hop in. 2 more cards for Pisces. These are messages Universe Spirit wants you to hear in the month of May. That doesn't mean everything will resonate. That is entirely up to you. You guys will always, always be in the driver's seat of your lives, okay? 1 more card. Pisces, what do we want to tell them? What do we want to tell Pisces? Something about hanging a picture on a wall of a vacation you took. I'm not sure, this is just a tiny message for 1 or 2 of you, a confirmation there might be something in here, but something about like mountain climbing or going on some sort of like ski trip or adventure, like I don't know if it's the Arctic or I don't know what it is, but adjusting some sort of frame on your wall. You may have even had like not a message for everybody, right? But if you're willing to hear this message, like a vision by looking into the glass of the frame. Something about it, there was like an illusion or a trick that was played on your eye, but it was really spirit trying to get you to see some sort of important message about something. Yeah, it's some sort of vacation or road trip that you guys took. This is, again, these really heavy, deep spiritual messages I'm getting for you right off the bat, right off the cuff. And you have 2 8s already. 8s are always indicating freeing ourselves from what was previously restricting us. So with 8 of Cups, it's emotions, right? Walking away to get that 9th cup, that wish fulfillment, recognizing that the cups have served us up until now, the 8, but now it's time to go after bigger and better things. It doesn't always mean you have to abandon ship, right? It doesn't mean you have to leave the person you're with or this or that, but it's understanding you're not settling, going after the next big thing. And, especially with water, right? My water signs, my Pisces, there's such a valid message to the fact that water needs to constantly be in flux and in motion for it to be healthy, for whatever you want to thrive and grow. You, a metaphor for that water sign, right? When you're stuck and stagnant and in kind of like that 4 mindset, 4 in tarots are the comfort zone, the safety zone. It's okay, but eventually when you start getting antsy and agitated, that's a sign. You got to move your cup, you got to move your heart, you got to move your love, you got to move your water, or else, again, I use that metaphor, it's going to grow stagnant and stale, and the way water smells when it's like still water, right? So anyway, you have that going on with the 8 of Cups, going after something that you would find greater emotional fulfillment in. And then you also have the 8 of Pentacles. So this is working your way through obstacles. You could be doing house repairs, and there's something that I don't know if I've said this to you before, but there's something in your house that keeps breaking. And no matter how many times you fix it, there's like a new problem, or it's almost like a chain reaction. Like you fix this one thing, but then somehow it affects that. And I don't always get the specifics in these cards. I just get general messages. And like, again, I am going to read for finances and love, but sometimes these messages just, they want to come out. So I don't fight it. I'm just the messenger. But yeah, so 2 8s indicating that you're breaking away from old patterns or old thoughts or old behaviors, old mindsets, in order to pursue something greater. You are going to hit obstacles, particularly about feeling alone, feeling very lonesome, feeling like there's no one around you. I think that more has to do with a state of mind versus an actual scenario. It's the idea that you've been abandoned, you've been left all alone, but really you haven't. You can look around and if not physically see, there's evidence that people could come and help you if you did need help, particularly in terms of your career. If you are struggling with finances, here's the thing, I'm being told to tell you, look up. And so that's going to mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. That could be look up to the heavens, look up to God, look up to spirit. That could also be literally something that you're trying to solve if it's in your house, right? House repairs. Look up. It all starts with, that flickering light or whatever it is that you're looking up at, or ceiling, this, that, it doesn't really matter to me what that is, but you're being told to look up this month, Pisces. Look up. Look up right now. What's above you? What are you looking at right now? There might be something important there. And it could also be sort of a metaphor of having like that epiphany of, aha, like I get it now. You need to be aware of your surroundings. And something about being chilly or being cold. Again, I'm getting something about house repairs. I don't know if it's your AC or your refrigerator or something about being cold. It could also indicate that some of you are traveling, as I was saying, the Arctic environment. Some of you may be traveling to a place or returning from a place that it would be a much different climate or a much different, I don't know how else to say it, a much different climate versus where you reside usually or will be residing. There's a change in the season, there's a change in the climate, and then you have the Page of Wands. So this could indicate that, some of you may be applying to small jobs. I sort of heard odd jobs. So the thing is, I don't think this has to do with applying to brand new things. It would be more like, I don't know, like joining a team or joining a club, something that brings you outlets for fun and creativity. It probably wouldn't be your main source of income, but with the wand energy, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, it's the magic wand, right? And it's a page, so this could be something you do with your child. But more than anything, it's honoring your inner child. It's honoring that creative spark and that imagination that exists within you. Here's what's so key about that. Whatever that Page of Wands is indicating in your life, it's going to help you out of a tricky spot. In these 8s, the initial mindset is, again, a false comfort zone, right? I'm here and it's familiar, but especially this card, look, he's stuck. He doesn't know what to do, right? Can he go up? Can he go down? There's no one around to help him. Like, it looks barren. It looks like he's all alone. He's not, but also it's saying to get yourself out of whatever predicament or pickle this is. And it's not severe. Again, it's more of like an emotional, like, oh, I feel alone today. Like, nobody understands me, right? It's that sort of feeling. It's saying that the way out of this mentality or mindset or this struggle, and it's fleeting. The thing is, I'm almost sensing the way I was saying, the way, the tide comes and goes. Some days you're going to pull back and you're fine. And you're going to feel the sunlight on your face and be like, everything's good. I'm fine. I don't know why I was acting that way. But then it's going to roll back in. You're going to be like, oh, I have that feeling of dread again. And maybe that just has to do with, watching the news, right? Plug in and plug out. Choose what is it like a healthy activities that positively impact your mindset and your body. What I was going to say is the only person that can help you out of this false comfort zone and to get you to expand your horizons a bit, it's you. It's, again, I was saying, honoring your inner child. There's some sort of like magic wand that you're holding that, in a sense, like it can get you out of this predicament. And I think for a lot of you, it has to do with expressing your creativity or participating in something. For some of you, it's researching travel plans. And I am getting vastly different landscapes or different coasts of, I don't know if you don't have to be in the United States, but like East Coast, West Coast, or like traveling like halfway across the globe. I don't know how safe travel is right now. Obviously use your best knowledge and whatever, be safe always. But this could even be indicating that you've had to put plans on delay, that when you were meant to travel, maybe that's why the 8s are there, right? It's restriction, it's obstacle, it's breaking free for them. But yeah, you are going to work through it, but you have to recognize that you're the one who's going to help you work through it. And I know that's kind of like a lackluster message for some of you, like, no, well, that doesn't help me. But it does, though. Once you recognize, it's almost like once you stop asking everybody else for help, or everyone, it could even be asking everyone else for their opinion, for permission. I get this message for you a lot. It's saying the magic exists within you. You are the Page of Wands. It's almost like you haven't even tapped into the full potential of the magic you really sit on. It's like you're only a page, you're only a student. If you guys are really into your faith or your religion or spirituality, you have that Ace of Wands, you have that magic, that it's like a spirit stick, right? That really is what you're holding, but it's just a page. It's like you have to expand upon it. You have to grow and develop and utilize your divine self, really. And with that, so if you are feeling stuck or in a bind or just really confused about your next steps, go to God, go to Spirit, go to Source, spend time in prayer and meditation and be very clear about what it is that you want. For a lot of you, though, I'm actually sort of getting that you're not sure what you want. And that's the hardest part, is that you don't know which steps to take. There is no direct, I'll pull some clarifiers, but there is no direct answer to that, especially in a general tarot reading on YouTube. But it's saying, while it's an uncomfortable energy to sit in it and feel that, like, oh, I feel weighted and I feel really like lonely and like, that I'm just getting like a feeling of dread, but it's not because there's a potential fear around you. It's almost like, my Pisces, you're absorbing the energy of like the cosmos, of like the universe, of everyone that's around you that's, oh my God, this and oh my God, that. It's almost not even your energy, so you need to be very wary of blocking out other energies and not absorbing and taking on their emotions, because you have some important things that you're trying to conquer, and feeding off of others' energy, it's doing you no service. Maybe you're all, I almost said a clusterfuck, maybe you're all together clustered in a house and you don't have a lot of space and distance, but if that's the case, take a walk, close the bathroom door and take a bath and be like, I'll be out in an hour. Like, especially by the water, right? Pisces, that's going to be healthy for you. Make sure you are taking time to be on your own. And it's like, nurture your spiritual gifts, because that's how Spirit communicates with you, right? When you're at rest, when you're in meditation, when you're in prayer, whatever it is that you do. Because yeah, look, that's exactly what this is. Four of Swords, the card of rest, mental rest and relaxation. Boom, there's the Hierophant, right? God, the spiritual leader. Those two are trying to communicate, right? And this one is waiting for you to acknowledge it, Pisces. Like, Spirit is like, are you gonna listen? Are you just gonna? And I'm teasing you guys, right? But I do sense that if it's not a feeling of dread, it's just a feeling of not knowing what the next step is. So go with God, ask him, knock on those doors. The keys are right there. They exist in your hand. That may actually be a confirmation of you for some of you looking to purchase a new home or a new car. The keys to me are saying, yeah, the door is open. Now's a good time to start looking, right? Expansion, right? Some of you have graduated from some major accomplishment or some major feat, some major milestone in your life, and now it's saying, oh man, it's been a wild ride, but this isn't where it ends. Like, congratulations, enjoy it, but what next? And I think maybe that's what this is too. When you do go through some sort of major change, absolutely you should bask in the glory and celebrate. But here's the thing, you're not doing that. There's still a lackluster sense here, or something about weighing heavily on your mind and your heart. It may be issues with money, or for a lot of you, issues with the home or material goods, particularly in Taurus season, right? So your home, your car, it could even be your health, something like that. But you need to break free. You need to break away from something on your own and recognize that the power has existed within you the whole time. And I'm getting that many people are waiting on you. I don't really know what that means exactly, but with the world, it's like you become the center of your world. You become the main focus. Oh, interesting. Some of you have stage fright. The idea of, the 4 fixed zodiac signs are shown on this card. And in this spread, you are being represented as this woman in the middle, right? Freedom and liberation, the artist, the dancer, right? There's something about there's many eyes on you, and maybe you're folding under pressure. Maybe you're cracking under pressure. You're feeling like you need to move in one direction or another. But rather than just taking a chance and going in some direction, right? You're weighing it out emotionally, right? And that's normal for you, Pisces. You got to check in with your emotion and your intuition. But again, the idea of stagnancy, because you are a water sign, how long are you going to think about it? When are you actually going to take action? And it's saying baby steps, right? It's the Page of Wands. It's not the King of Wands. So even if you don't know all the details, start working through them slowly, right? Because slow progress is still progress, and that's going to help dig you out of this little bind that you're in, which I have to be honest, this doesn't feel huge. It feels like, and no offense, guys, I say this with love, this feels like making a mountain out of a molehill, something that gives you a little bit of fear or a little bit of caution, instead of like, showing up and just facing it and conquering your fears, and I can do this. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna put that off for like several days or several weeks and not deal with it until like it's showtime, right? It's curtain call, and it's like, but I didn't memorize my lines. Like, it's that type of energy. So I'm sure that's a metaphor for a lot of you, but there's definitely something to that where the clock is ticking. You're going to graduate eventually. So the same way, when the Tower card comes up, we can fight it tooth and nail and be like, no, I'm not changing, blah, blah, blah. Or you can just roll with it and accept that this is the state of things right now. This is the way we have to do it. So welcome it with open arms and adjust accordingly, right? It could be that you guys are holding on to old ways of doing something when Spirit is trying to say, did you see the new door I just unlocked? Like, it's great. Do you want to go through this new door with me? Because it's like whatever you're holding on to, the door's been closed or something about that. Just it's expired, it's delayed, or it's past due. So Spirit is trying to get you to take action, movement, motion forward. Again, particularly in something artistic or creative. It could have to do with dance or I heard partnership too. I don't really know what that has to do with it, but maybe some of you do. Take action and partnership. Okay, so some of you may be pining after an earth sign, these two eights looking at each other. If you're the water, right, you're the fish. There could be an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that you have trouble getting to. Okay, maybe that's what this whole distance thing is, particularly if it's a different climate. As I was saying, the Arctic, there's something to that, the Arctic Circle. And okay, if that's not literal, it has to do with being frozen out, feeling like they froze you out, like they're keeping you at a distance, they're being very cold. Yeah, it could be that, and I mean, maybe this has to do with your work environment too. It doesn't have to be romantic partnership. It could be something with a coworker or a former boss or this or that. These two are trying to get to each other and they can't. How interesting. Okay, that's starting to come together. So perfect time to transition into relationships. Let's see what's going on there. So you have the single ladies card, beautiful card, love this card, Venus in Virgo, the 9 of Pentacles. It could be man or woman, right? Doesn't matter the gender. It's recognizing you've created a very lush, abundant lifestyle, right? It doesn't have to necessarily indicate affluence, but there's tangible evidence around you of the beautiful things that you've put like your blood, sweat, and tears into, and you can stand there and feel very accomplished, right? I feel very proud that you've created everything. I'm sorry, I have to share this because I know you guys are like, what the fuck is that? I did a temporary tattoo. It's like a little dinosaur. Can you see that? I forgot it was still there. And I'm like, what is, oh, okay, I know what that is. It's not a real tattoo. It's a temporary one. It's a little dinosaur. Anyway, I'm sorry. That caught my eye and I was like, oh, I should explain that. Anyway, so that's a really beautiful card, but it does denote for a lot of you singlehood. It's almost like that 10th pentacle that's missing, that needs to be achieved for a lot of you. And I'm not saying this has to be your story. Don't make it your story if it's not. But with this card, it indicates the 9 of Pentacles is great and I love it and I'm vibing high and I'm proud of me and I love myself and I love what I do. But that 10th pentacle would be nice. And that 10th pentacle probably comes in the form of a lover, right? Or a romantic partner. So yeah, I mean, with this coming up in the center of your spread, you want passion. Passion in your career, passion in your life, passion in your relationships. But yeah, specifically your relationships. Some of you may have communication coming in with a fire sign, specifically an Aries. But it could be any sign really, but specifically fire is coming through very strong, an Aries, Leo, Sag. This could also indicate Pisces if you have particularly strong fire in your chart, right? You could be a Pisces, Aries, cusper. This could indicate that you guys end up taking the action, the fire forward to your earth sign who is waiting for you. Yeah, because if that's the case, and I'm going to say you, but feel free to reverse the roles. You are at a bit of a crossroads on, I hold the world in my hands now. I've graduated. I've accomplished something that I meant to, right? That's the thing. There is success and accomplishment here. So again, whatever that means to you, there are good things here. I just want to be very clear about that. But it's saying to me, but what next? What is the next step you're going to take? And again, God, faith, source, spirit, they are trying to sort of leave you a breadcrumb trail of ideas, right? Of where you could possibly take this. But if you are closed off to it, you're not going to receive those messages from source, from spirit. Some of you have an angel, an archangel, or Sorry, that's not what I meant. Though it could be Archangel Michael, the way I said this, which is fire. That's Temperance, Sagittarius energy. But something about Aries, but I don't know why. This is presenting as like a spirit guide or a spirit like guardian angel that's watching over you. So it doesn't have to be... I mean, it could be one of your ancestors, right? You may even know who this is if you've had someone pass in your family who is very much your nurturer, your protector. It could be feminine energy, but I want to be clear, it doesn't have to be. But yeah, someone in your life who maybe was an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they're watching over this. These two people at a distance, and I'm getting that they're wanting to bring in communication and energy into either fixing or like a union of these two people. It doesn't have to be you and an earth sign, but that is coming through quite strongly here for me. The missing ingredient, though, why isn't this union coming together? Because neither one of you are taking action. And so here's my other thing. I'm getting so many messages, I don't even know where to begin here. If one of you is going to take action, I got to be honest, Pisces. I know this probably isn't what you want to hear. I think it's going to be you. I think you're going to be the one to take, I just heard take the plunge, but take a leap of faith. This could even indicate that some of my Pisces out there, and it doesn't really matter what gender you are, I'm not going to feed into old gender stereotypes, but you could be the one proposing. If you guys have been together for quite a while and like the one thing missing in the relationship is the 10th pentacle, the ring, it could indicate that there could be communication about, do you want to go down this road with me forever, right? And I'm not saying that's everyone's story, but there's something really cute about the fish almost getting down on a knee. I know this is so silly, bear with me. And proposing to like this earth sign or whoever it is. The way these cards are placed, it seems like that's the look up, isn't it? Okay. The way these cards are positioned, the fish is looking up, and this has this weird like Romeo and Juliet vibe to me. Again, it's not a gender thing, but she's like up in her tower, she's up in her castle, or whatever you want to say. What is that fairy tale where Rapunzel, let down your hair? There's a weird Cinderella fairy tale, whatever you want to put in there, right? You know, this like princess up in the tower, male or female, right? A sassy male maybe, right? Where it's like, Rapunzel, let down your hair, let me in, let me communicate with you. So I'm sensing there might be some baggage with this person. It doesn't necessarily have to be toxic, but maybe you guys have had a rocky history or you're just struggling to communicate, right? Because that's coming in center of your spread. It seems like you're going to take the plunge and you're the one beckoning. You're the one, I just got the chills. You're the one calling out to this potential earth sign. And it's like, maybe that's the contemplative energy on this person's part, is they're willing to come out and lean in and, you know, like lend a listening ear to what you're saying, but they definitely have reservations. How interesting. But I mean, quite frankly, center of your spread is Ace of Wands. That to me is very positive. Yes, it can be sexual, right? Let's not discount that. It's kind of the boner card. It's someone that makes us feel excited or, you know, all that good stuff too. But it's spiritual connection as well. The wands have to do with faith and spirituality. And that's really, really coming through strong with these cards for me. There's a spiritual connection here. It could even be like a soul contract, right? But so then one of you has this crossroads of, do I want to go down the road with this person? Is this my person? Or if it's brand new, because again, it's possible some of my Pisces out there are free and single and don't really have that many people in mind. If this whole Rapunzel, let down your hair, or Romeo and Juliet, wherefore art thou? That's kind of adorable though, right? If that doesn't make any sense to you, this is saying that there's someone either trying to come into you, Pisces, or vice versa. There's a little bit of spark, there's a little bit of intrigue, but this person isn't sold yet. They're not, and I literally just saw it sold, like outside the house, outside of an apartment. So some of you may even work in like realty or rentals or selling or something about vacation homes, or I just saw a sold sign outside of a house. So maybe you're moving in with your person. Maybe that's what the keys are. You're exchanging keys to the apartment or to the home or something about that. You're creating a house of like spirituality. But yeah, someone hasn't gone full in yet. Somebody hasn't completely decided, because any two in tarot talks about decisions. This two with wands, it talks about the decision of the path or the action one will take. One is going to move towards the child. So if this is your story, Pisces, and there's two people involved, you are either choosing to spend more time with your child and put relationships on the back burner, or it could indicate that if you have two people in mind and one of them is quite, I'll say it this way, quite younger, you may end up going with like the child of the two, if that, or it could even be the more immature one, right? Pisces. That's such a Pisces message. I love it. But they're just so fun. I know. We all know how that goes. But no, I'm kidding you all. I'm not judging. All right. So let's throw some clarifiers on that, because I know you guys are kind of like, wait, so what do they choose? Because this might be you with the decision. Quite frankly, it could go either way. But where are we at with this? General messages. Judgment. Yeah, someone's making an important judgment call. And it does have to do with the child. Look at that. I love this card. It's so beautiful. Yeah, someone is longing to be with their child, or it could also be longing to be with their mother, particularly for my full-fledged adults, or actually, I won't even say that. If you have a parent, specifically a mother who has passed on, that's who this is. They're looking down on you. They're wanting to guide you in the right direction. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Something about being in the arms of the mother. I'm sort of getting into territory that I don't feel totally comfortable in, but if you were with your parent, or I'll even say your child, God forbid, but again, don't make this your story. I'm not predicting it. I'm saying in the past, if you were with somebody essentially like on their deathbed, that's a confirmation that they're watching over you. Oh gosh, that one's a deep one. Oof. So yeah, something about these two potential romantic suitors do dream about each other. In fact, it's not even dreaming. It keeps them up at night when they're trying to rest and relax. These cards that typically indicate rest, repose, and putting one's mind at ease. You both think about each other. And one of you, it's causing like sleepless nights. It's causing anxiety. For a lot of you, it's how to get to your person. This could involve a Libra as well. I don't know why, but it's this earth sign that's very, very stuck. It could be a Capricorn. Very slow moving, am I right? Anybody ever tried to date a Capricorn? Whew. God bless them. But yeah, this one, it's like it just won't budge. It just won't. I even see this as like serenading. So some of my Pisces out there, you might literally be singers or poets or musicians or something like that. It's like you're beckoning, you're calling them out of their cave, you're calling them out of their darkness. You're awakening the dead, essentially, right, of a relationship that maybe it didn't work out in the past. But I think a lot of you are going to choose to pursue something that happened in the past and see if you can rekindle the sparks you used to have. Again, particularly with an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, okay, so quite frankly, it doesn't matter who you are, Pisces. I think you're going to know. There's going to be movement, an offer being made to the Queen of Pentacles. This is a Capricorn card, by the way. This is typically a Virgo card. No matter, there's a lot of earth energy here. So whether you have earth in your chart or not, it doesn't matter so much. It's saying there's practicality. There's, I almost said resilience, but there's a reliability in this knight. He will get the job done. He's not concerned with doing it at the fastest speed, right? It's not about speed or timelines. It's about doing it right, doing it practically, doing it correct. Essentially, it's like if you give this knight a mission, he will get it done. Come hell or high water, Pisces, he will deliver that coin intact in a very beautiful, like romantic gesture to try and win the heart of this queen. You know, it's very interesting. I don't always pick up on gender, but for a lot of my male Pisces out there interested in females, that's what I'm getting, is that there could potentially be a male making an offer to a female. And it certainly doesn't have to be, right? You know, again, there's no gender stereotypes in these readings, but sometimes I pick up on the energy, and it really does feel like that. This may even have to do with something about the mother. I sort of keep getting indications of something about mother and child, or parent and child relationships are very important here. And if this doesn't represent a romantic offer, there's something about career and finances where new offers about money or a job could potentially fall into your lap. But don't wait for that to happen, right? Go out and take some action. Spruce up that resume, apply to some new jobs, network, talk to your friends, hop on LinkedIn and send some messages. Take some action, because if you do, it's like there's a reward waiting for you at the end of the tunnel, right? When you come out of that darkness. Very interesting. I mean, yeah, your cards are very positive. You have 2 aces. You have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So money and passion. I think those two are going to go hand in hand for you. So for those single and looking, it could end up that you have a little bit of spark of magic or a spark of passion with somebody that you work with. One animal card for Pisces. They don't want to come out. They're sticking. There we go. Oh, yeah. There's a little bit of fear and intimidation. This could have been someone who hurt you in the past. I don't mean physically, God forbid, right? Because I absolutely could not condone you guys going back to that relationship. But there's something about these 2 animals are harmless, right? By default, the lizard and the mouse, they're just kind of there. They're just kind of chilling. But this mice is kind of terrified of the lizard. They're both thinking about each other. I am sort of getting like they want to devour you, but that's like a sassy little way of like a sexual thing. The lizard wants to devour you, but it could be that this mouse is playing hard to get. Juliet. That actually could be someone's name out there watching, right? Romeo and Juliet. Romy, Manny, is that someone's name? Someone's playing hard to get. Someone is being I don't know if aggressor is the right word, but the one really taking action to confess something or profess their love. That seems like it's in the air. I don't know if it's going to absolutely come into fruition in May, but both of you are working through some type of energy that has to do with this. But as much as this mouse may be playing hard to get, they are also in darkness. There's something about fear. They don't trust the universe. They don't trust what's going on around them, but almost these like little magical orbs around them. They have spirit guides trying to like usher these 2 together, and you're one of the 2. I don't know who it is. Something about Christmas lights. Christmas lights is important. If you have Christmas lights up around your house, or it doesn't have to be colored lights, but yeah, if you've recently been digging through a box and come across Christmas lights, that's a confirmation for you that something about this message is going to be important. I suppose that could denote a timestamp too. Something significant could happen at Christmas in terms of, and I know that's really far away, right? I'm just delivering the message. Don't make it yours if you don't want it to be, but it could be that this person comes out of their cave once and for all. Christmas, something about lights, lighting of the path, lighting of the pathway. Even airplanes. I'm seeing like the blinking lights of airplanes flying through the sky at night. Maybe you guys end up going on that vacation together that I saw going on here. I don't know. Anyway, this doesn't seem all bad. It doesn't seem like the most action-oriented month, but I mean, there's potential here. There is some wand energy, so yeah, this is being divinely guided, but again, make sure you're stepping up to do your part, or else you're just going to be sitting there waiting for a really long time. I think both of you will be, if somebody doesn't initiate the action or communicate how they're feeling, right? But with Judgment, there is a look back to the past. That's really what Judgment confirms. Before one graduates, before one leaves something behind or tries something new, there's a need to go back and tie up loose ends. That's what this sort of feels like. I think there's contemplation about that. All right, Pisces, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what resonates. I will see you very soon for more tarot.